Welcome to DROD'S MMA and Boxing. Listen, before we get started, I want to make sure that I'm clear that I mean no harm in what I'm saying. I'm just providing my analysis. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. You know, there's a fine line between entertainment and disrespectfulness, and I'm just going to do everything I can to not be disrespectful and just provide you with my analysis. Now, Ryan Hall, and I can't pronounce the name. I apologize in advance, but Topuria and Ryan Hall had this match where, Ryan Hall going in was pretty confident that he would, finish this match, and he should be. But I believe that his success has kind of sort of been his downfall. He hasn't. He's more his success. Sometimes when we're successful, we tend to focus more on on our success and trying to duplicate it. And sometimes you can't duplicate your success. You have to be prepared for anything. Now in jiu-jitsu, there's nothing wrong with playing the guard, but we've gotten so comfortable with this guard game, um, and we've kind of moved away from the essence, the trueness of jiu-jitsu. We know Royce Gracie as the guy who did all these submissions off his back and everything of that nature, and so everyone is trying to duplicate the guard game. But what a lot of people forget was they forget this. They forget Royce was a dog in there, that he went for takedowns against bigger guys, against wrestlers. I mean, the objective is to put your opponents back on the mat. Why? Because it's a safer position for the fighter. When you go to the ground, no matter how good your guard game is, it's inherently dangerous, and especially now where jiu-jitsu and MMA is more based upon entertainment. So now there's a little bit more movement going on, and so it's inherently dangerous. So in the event though, if you can't get your opponent to the ground, which it happens, then you have a guard game to rely on. Perfect punch block control, not allowing yourself to accumulate any substantial amount of damage. And if you can't get back to your feet or get a submission, this is the objective. Position control. We all love submission, but submissions must come after position control because of stuff like this. You never know when you might end up in a bad situation. So you need to have a good guard game. Basic punch block defense. In the early days of UFC, they allowed headbutts. So you see, Royce had to modify his guard for headbutts. But we've kind of moved away from that. We moved away from distance control and controlling the hands and the wrists, and not understanding that the goal is to get on top. But in the event, though, that even if you get on top and you make some silly mistake, or your guy is super strong and got perfect bridges like this, and you end up back on your back, that's where this guard game comes in. And like I said, I don't mean any disrespect. It's just, it is what it is. We've got to get back to the essence of jiu-jitsu, the essence of self-defense, controlling your opponent, landing strikes, because situational awareness is vitally important, you know. And so Ryan never noticed that Topuria was ready for him. He was crouched over. Not to mention he was a smaller man. So when he approached Ryan, he knew that Ryan was going to go for the Imanari roll. So he was ready and able to counter it. He was a smaller guy. Not only was he a smaller guy, but he was low to the ground already. So he could protect his legs, sprawl back, And the thing is, when you're playing these crazy guard games, you are putting yourself in great risk and great danger. Topuria was ready for it. You see, he grabbed on to the waist because he was looking to get control, and the goal was for him to get a good shot in. You see here, Damian Maia, he got taken down, but his objective is not to pull guard though. It's always to go for a takedown and put yourself in the most advantageous position. That's why position over submission is so vitally important. You see, wrestlers do it all the time. They've never strayed away from wrestling, but jiu-jitsu have strayed away from jiu-jitsu. And you see more wrestlers being successful. You see, Damian Maia was able to take down the wrestler. It's highly likely that you're going to end up on the ground at one point in your career. So you might as well learn defense, but understand the concept. And we moved away from that. And so Ryan continued to put himself in some very dangerous positions because he's gotten so comfortable and used to it. But Topuria's strategy was clear. Stay low to the ground and try to counter him. Get hip control. Ride him out. And when you can, land a clean shot. But if you can't, get away. I mean, it was a clear, effective strategy. Ryan never changed the strategy. He had a spinning back kick, but that was it. And then he finds himself in side control, and he was able to get out of side control. And there's a legit escape. The problem is that you was using the same escape over and over again. He never changed his attack. To me, I think he was overconfident, and he didn't feel the need to blend his attacks. And he found himself literally in a dangerous position. Look at Topuria's hands are free. He's able to throw a punch. And Ryan here is going for that spinning kick, and he's telegraphing it. So Topuria, all he has to do now is time this kick. Come in, cram in, and then take the back. Go for the takedown. It's very effective. And I believe that Ryan just got too comfortable. Like, for example, right here. Ryan has an upside down guard game. But he wasn't ready for it. He wasn't ready for the strikes. It was as if he was just dreaming in there. No disrespect. And so Topuria, I told you his strategies were very simple. Look for your openings and land a powerful strike when he could. And Ryan Hall got a very flexible guard. It's just he got caught. He allowed him to get too close, and he took some really hard shots. But he, instead of pulling guard and getting control and damage control, instead of practicing damage control, Topuria's hands were completely free. And he was allowed to throw multiple hard shots. And I don't care who you are. If you're taking that many clean, hard shots from the bottom, you're liable to go out. He didn't pull guard. He didn't go back, try to get into full guard and get control of the hands. And when you play this type of guard game, you risk damage because anything can happen. Any type of punch can land. You see, it's vitally important that everyone in the community of jiu-jitsu go back to the essence of jiu-jitsu, because you can find yourself in a position like this. But if you understand punch block defense and understand the dangers of the position and able to get control of the punching hands, you're able to do things like get back to your feet, land strikes, and be effective. You know, this is DROD'S MMA and Boxing. I hope this wasn't disrespectful. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and tell me what you think if Ryan Hall got 2 days, lax days ago in there. Peace.